We're pulling back the curtains and we're shining a spotlight on some of our incredible members inside the Recurring Revenue Society. Today we are speaking to 4 of our members. We're going to have 2 on this podcast, 2 on another podcast because we know you're busy. But this is basically where we shine a light on their business, allow them to ask us and the community one-on-one personalised questions about how we can help them move forward. If this sounds at all exciting to you, we do this inside our membership kind of every month. So jump on in, hear how we coach each other and how we share our thoughts, feelings, and how we get people moving from stuck to completely unstuck in a single session. Anyway, let's go.
I'm Mia, a mum of 2, a former burnt-out Ambo who sold it all to travel Australia in her caravan and turned a single TikTok idea into a 6-figure content creation business leveraging UGC.
And I'm Kristen, also a mum of 2 with over 15 years experience in brand and marketing. I went from the corporate world to being made redundant and decided to back my idea of starting a branding business and a successful wedding venue side hustle, generating 6 figures all whilst living on the vineyard.
One random DM between us sparked more than just a friendship. It ignited a passion to mentor women online around the world.
We know what it takes to make it work online, and we're here to show you what's possible.
In less than 12 months, we built a 6-figure membership together. And here's the kicker, we have not met in person yet.
That is a kicker. We're here to show you the power of reoccurring revenue and how achievable it really is. We don't sugarcoat things around here. We talk about the real shit, the good shit, and the bullshit. So buckle up. Let's go.
So I have 2 things I want to do. Don't want friggin' multiple Instagram pages, even though I have started another one, VA in a Van. Like I want to do the UGC. I was having a good chat with Kelly this morning before we came on. I did the UGC and then want to have the VA stuff and the travel stuff. And I did a poll the other day of just asking people what they're here for and whatever. And they're here for like the travel content. They want to know how I'm earning on the road and all those sorts of things. So I'm like, it is stupid to start another Instagram page when if people want to know the shit already. So I'm kind of like, I struggle with combining it all together. And complicating.
So the big vision for your moving forward, what's that? Let's get clear on what you want to do, who you want to like. What do you want to do first of all?
Well, I don't want to trade my time for money anymore. I'm really starting to hate it so much. Digital products, being able to have a Facebook group, a membership, that people come to, they've got a community. That is the big, and having a VA job leads board as well for people as well, because I find that's my survey that I did as well. I'm finding that is a lot for people. They don't know how to find clients, where to find clients. And you guys hit the nail on the head when I was listening to, I think you were talking this morning, Kristen, on your stories about how you got 10,000 followers on TikTok, and because it was like you hit the nail on the head with your ideal client, over 40s. I'm over 40, so I'm overcomplicating it. So it's like, why am I not talking to people that are my age, over 40, to be able to travel, work, do all this location independent shit?
Yeah. And do you find that, are you getting people out on the road asking you this, or is it VA in general, or?
It's a bit of everything. Hey, like you're just getting conversations with people. Like the girl next door to me, behind me, she's a teacher and she's relief teaching at the moment. And she's like, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. And then I've explained to her about what I do and that. She's like, because she looked into the whole $10,000 water filter and magic thing that everybody does on the road, Mia.
Yeah, they all get you.
And I said, I know it sounds exciting, like the whole I'm going to make $2,000 per sale, but it's hard work to do that. I find low affiliate income streams are a lot more appealing than $2,500 to get back. So it's a bit of everything that I find that I've had friends all of a sudden go, how are you doing this? And then when you have a conversation with someone when you're traveling, it's half and half.
Yeah. And what would bring you joy to teach people, and how? Like, what would be your way of teaching people this information that would bring you joy?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I do like talking on camera and doing all those sorts of things. It's fun. But I think with the whole travel aspect of the timing and making sure that I can do things at a certain time, I feel like I'm going to fail at that. saying, okay, 15th of every month, hypothetically, is, we're going to have a call, but I can't guarantee that. So I guess that's where I worry about it.
Is there a way that you can kind of plan out what sort of a fluid digital course looks like? So an online learning opportunity, maybe through Standstore, you could create something there. If you could plan that out in your time, like what it takes, what people need as a beginner, like think, okay, beginner, somebody that's just studying the road, somebody that doesn't want to go back to work, So you could plan out your digital course, it could take 6 weeks to 12 weeks. There's not lots in there. Yep. Is there a way that you could plan that out and then go, okay, we're going to be in X location at this particular date. I'm going to try and find a studio, a hall, somewhere that I could set up and just smash out. They don't need to be long. Remember, we are short attention span. Along with, like, Mia and I do a lot of Looms. Like, you've probably noticed a lot of our stuff now, even some of the membership stuff was just a Google Doc and then just a Loom talking through it, which you could do in the caravan, wherever. But try and create yourself, say, a digital course that is a Standstore. Then you've got a community in the Standstore that the community is, they can come in and learn this stuff, plus they're fed a community that you just pop in and out of. Like, there's no promise. You've got the course. It's more of a back-end membership. So it's more,
support there.
Buy the course and then either the community is free off the back of the course or it's a small payment or, and then obviously we would support you with creating an AI agent to support these VAs as well as part of that. But, maybe that's the community payment is, I have actually no words today. You should have seen me in our workshop. Like the subscription might be $7 a month and that gets you a community, but it gets you the AI VA thing that you create. So they get their digital product, digital course, pretty simple and standard. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be just Loom. You create it when you can create it. So it's much like what we've created in the membership, but you just give them the skeleton and you just feel it whenever you're like, oh, shit, that's a really great thing I should teach them. Great, add it. Don't tell them they need it. Just create the 6-week skeleton of here's 6 core things you need to know to get started. And then my back-end community with the subscription of my VA chatbot, whatever that is, come in there. We'll meet in the community whenever I can. I'm traveling. Remember, I live the best fucking life online. You let me know when you've got a problem. I'll let you know the solution with a Loom when I can do it. So you're actually creating that vision for the people as well. So it's, and I know that what you do very well is overcomplicate something that doesn't need to be. So I'm going to really celebrate you to undercomplicate and go and get some Post-it notes the next time you stop somewhere. And I want you to write out, if I was teaching someone tomorrow how to start, I want to know what this is from start to get your first job, write it all on a Post-it note, every key thing that they could do on a Post-it note. Then I want you to put that somewhere in the caravan you can see it. And I want you to take off every single one that isn't necessary for their success and then create a video about those ones that are absolutely necessary for their success, from no idea to got my first job. And then community later.
All right. Yeah, got it. Yeah, because when you were just talking then, because I've been working on like the ebook, but more making it more 30 minutes a day for people to achieve while they're starting a VA business. So day one, they can research ABNs and all that, like not research, but start all that stuff. And I feel like I could put that into a course in the Standstore, and it's just like 30 to 60 days of starting a business and getting clients and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Like everything you've created, don't recreate it at all. Just get yourself a clear map, a mind map from somebody's come to me and said, hey, Bell, I want to...
That's my son that's like me.
I want to travel Australia and I don't know how. Or I want to leave my job and I've got all these skills because I used to be a PA for my whoever. So kind of talk them through that, and whatever you've already created, that goes in there, and it goes in as a PDF. It goes in, you might do a Loom just talking about this PDF is going to talk through X, Y, Z, and then, because I know the bigger problem was then the Instagram, then I would say, again, it's building your personal brand. So there's kind of 2 trains of thought to not overcomplicate it, because the personal brand side is obviously you, your holiday, your trip. Is there a way, and do you want to, and you'll have to decide this, where you've got more of a, a personal account or something that just goes to friends and family that shows them your adventure, that you can put the boys, everything on there, and then your personal brand kind of evolves into the highlight moments of our trip, but weaves more to work with me. This is what I do, this is what I can show you. And therefore then you don't have to worry about the other one growing. It's just like friends, family, loved ones. See our trip, all of the stuff's there, all of the, does that make sense? I'm just trying to separate. Just because I know that your boys are involved and you may not want that. If you want that, go for it. But just trying to bring that element of, I want to work with her. Oh, that's what she's doing, rather than the holiday stuff that people might be like, but wait, she's on what? I don't get what she does. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, I've got the Aussie Lappers, which is our travel one, which I put everything on. And then the Lindstone one is the one I want to be the whole business aspect of things.
Yeah.
This is my whole personal brand.
Just remember, like, you're the niche and you need that top of funnel content to attract travelers. So you probably still need that. Look at this. I'm going to these amazing places to catch them. And then they see your next reel that says, this is how I make money doing this.
Yeah.
So, that top of funnel, that middle funnel, and then that converting content, just like what happened to Kristen. All of a sudden she's got this 10,000 followers in a week because of that really top of funnel content of the 40 plus women. And a few of those will be interested in what she's doing down here. And then a few of those will convert. So you still need awareness content. But just remember, like, you're the niche, you're amazing, your personality, people are going to be magnetic to you and what you're doing. And hopefully they'll be like, wow, I really want to do what Belle's doing. Looks incredible. Oh, and she's also teaching me how I can do this online. Like, people could start getting into your stuff before they go on the trip as well. Inspirational. This is how you do it. Such a perfect niche too, because I got asked the same questions when I was on the road, and I ended up, the chick said, "Oh, come into my caravan, look at my water machine," and all that stuff. So it's a conversation that goes along, like, everywhere you go. Oh, what do you do for
remortgage your house while you're at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like a very common conversation to have on the road, because you talk to homeschooling and how do you fund it. So I reckon, like what Kristen said, focus on that personal brand.
Yeah. I think that the big thing that, like, the VA in a van, and I don't want you to start anything that you don't want to, but the idea of that, or your personal brand, because I'm just thinking about the content that you create, and I love consuming it because I know you now. Well, I virtually know you now. It's exciting, it's beautiful, but there's not a clear message or thread that I can pull as somebody coming in that tells me you could teach me. So that's why I'm thinking, like, if you have your beautiful travel one, or you can do it where you go, no, I just want the travel one and I want it to work, then, maybe a slight tweak of the name and really but then you have to be comfortable with putting kind of how to work with me content on that page. So it just needs to be a decision from you. And if you're like, look, I love the Aussie Lappers because we can put anything. We can put the mess, the dirt, the everything. And then whichever one you choose, you go, okay, this is the one that's going to make me money. So this, now I have to take my travel hat off and I have to put this personal brand hat on that is pulling a thread and taking people on a little journey. So if they land on my content, they love it because it's this aspirational life. But they're going to know in 2 or 3 flicks time, wait, she teaches? Oh, wow. Oh, so she's funding this trip. Like, how have you been on the road for nearly 2 years? And, like, that's unbelievable. So it's just getting that clear content strategy, even though that's a shitty word because sometimes we just post to post, but just having a really clear goal. I need to make money from this. So my content has to show people how to do that, and it has to catch them when they're falling, and I want to be the one to catch them and show them.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm having a very similar crisis, if you can call it that. So I've got my personal brand where it's just lots of businessy stuff, and it kind of seems very dormant, not much engagement, just kind of sick of it. But with my ADHD account, very funnel, and I'm trying to figure out how I can bring, because that for me, it's part of my journey, my personality. how do I get this very top funnel ADHD content trickling down into, I have a space for spicy break for anyone. I love being my own boss and bringing that conversation in to that next nurturing kind of level to try and catch some people that might be like-minded. They want to work for themselves. They're creative. They just don't know how to do it. And then they work down that funnel. So I'm sort of in that same category where I'm trying to figure out how to get that top of funnel content into a more structured strategy that's actually going to get people into my funnel.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I've kind of got it now. Like creating something like you guys have got with all the stuff that you put in there, and it's whether it's, you know, it ends up being like VA stuff and travel, like how to travel and fund and all that, and it's all in there.
Because you could nearly have like you have your travel one, and I mean, I love your personal brand one too, but there's something about that VA in a van that it says straight up what's going on. And so then, you know, in the bio you could have the Aussie Lapper as in there, so people know, so that you've got your business.
Yep.
As this is what you teach people, but then you've tagged your business, your Aussie Lapper in there, so they can see that that's the adventures going on while I'm doing this. Like there's just
okay, it is a good name. Kristen came up with that.
I'm not saying that because I came up with it.
No, it is a good name.
People are looking for vans. They're looking for VAs. The SEO is fucking so. And then your personal brand can still be, you know, it could be VA in a van and be Belinda, you know, the bold section, Belinda, but then you have the Aussie Lapper or your personal brand, whichever you choose, as in your bio, so people can, because I always, if someone has that in their bio, I'll always click it and go and see who else you are, what else you're doing. So that's a great way to combine the two, so people go, oh, she's living what she's saying. Okay, like that can work.
No, I like that. Okay.
And just because you're VA in a van doesn't mean inside the community you talk about UGC and other ways to make money, and like kind of like what we do. We don't just talk about, you know, one particular thing. And it can
I think that's where it stuck me, is like, I'm just going to talk about VA stuff, and I don't want to just always talk about that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm excited now.
Yeah, because it also means that, you know, in your stories, you share stories from the Aussie Lapper or your personal brand onto the VA in a van in the stories. You know, the two become a little partnership. Like, you know, Mia and I probably do it more on Instagram because I've got my account that I've had for a while. I'll do some things I'm like, maybe this is more appropriate for mine, but I'll share it with the Hive. Or you can do the cross-collaboration one where you collaborate with the other account, so it'll pop up there too. My gut feeling, if you're serious about wanting to teach people how to become a VA, is having VA in a van as your business. That's my focus, because I need people in my world. Because your personal brand, even though it's not named that, that's, you know, you're not stepping away from that. But that's going to make the second people land on it, like Kelly said, she loved it too. Like the second people land on it, they're going to know, wow, this one was a VA in a van. What is it? Wow. Like it already sparks curiosity that excites somebody that's like, wow, that's possible. Wow, I could do that? Holy shit, I never even thought about that. So keeping that in mind.
And virtual assisting can fall into that social media management, which then can fall into UGC, which can also fall into affiliate marketing. So
content creation, creation. So it does. It just falls under then UGC.
You just got to focus on the VA, the travel, and then a bit like us, we're sort of focusing on UGC now because success leaves clues, and you know it's a very pinpoint topic to talk about. But then once people come into our world, we can talk about whatever tips and cool things.
Yeah. Okay.
Stew on that, and then jump in the Facebook group and be like, okay, guys.
I will be. And it's just, I constantly get asked about VA stuff.
Yeah. So actually, I've got I wanted a lady in my ADHD page. She's wants to quit her job. She doesn't know what to do. She's talking about virtual assisting, and I'm like, I got the perfect person for you. So I'm going to send her your way. And it's just like, you just need
it's someone. It's self-doubt. And it's, you know, when you follow, because I'm a VA for a VA coach as well. I'm with her, but she teaches more in-depth stuff. So what I'm going to teach is very basic.
Okay, but Belle, let me just ask you this, and everybody, you can ask Belle this too. I want to go traveling next year, Belle, and I don't know how I'd even start a VA business. I don't think I can do it. Like I probably could not do a job on the road. So what would I even do to start? Could you help me?
Of course I can.
There you fucking go, Belle. All right. That is a wrap on that one.
Yep. Wrap up.
And you
Love
need
you
to
guys always.
sticker for your van too. VA in a van. People are like, what's that? Oh.
Yeah, I know.
You don't, like, the biggest thing is you don't have to, and I know, like, the comparison syndrome is huge, but you only need to know 10% more than the person you're teaching to teach them something. And you've done this, you've lived this life. And like we've said, like, we've had it slapped in our face, success leaves clues. So if people are asking you and you can actually help them and you enjoy helping them, then that is your calling. And so make it simple. The simpler the better, because if you can seriously take somebody that wants to travel Australia with their caravan that can't do it or wants to leave their job, whatever it is, if you can help Kelly, because she might actually be doing it, I won't be, wish I was, but anyway, then you can create something that's simple, that is consumable and not overwhelming, and that's what you want to do.
And this is a lesson that we've learnt. We got the spicy brain and we want to do all things and get fancy, and we get so busy doing the busy work and creating new landing pages and this and that and this. We've had to take a step back and go, whoa, wait a minute. We're getting too broad here, too spread out. We need to find what works and just do that again and again and again and again. And that's why we're doing these workshops with the ads, because it works and it's working. One funnel, one product, one workshop. And we could do that for 2 years straight and success. So, but we understand, we know our brains are like this as well. It's so hard to rein it in. But simple
it does.
and repeatable. Could be boring after a while, but it works. And if you want that, financial freedom, focus one thing.
Yeah.
Which is hard, but
All right. Okay.
Super. Right. Well, Belle is sorted. She's
rock on. Thanks, chicks.
Pleasure.
I just think there's going to be so many people on the road that need a community like this that you're going to lead, where they want
absolutely
fast and
I've got so many ideas. It's just it's my Trello board is out of control. So
there we go.
Thanks, girls.
I might go to Kiki.
I'm a lot like Belinda. So now I'm a VA. I'm actually an online business manager. So I've been back for 12 years, 13 years, and I used to be in Australia. So all my clients are still Australian. And I actually had a corporate job that I was supposed to finish, but they kept me on remotely till the end of January. So even though I'm location independent right now, I'm still doing my day job. And then at night I do my VA business. And then I work on all my other stuff. Now I've done UGC. I've been doing UGC. I'm getting a heap of inbounds and it's been keeping me going. But for me, it's time. I don't have the time because, as we know, UGC is just really, like, you film it, you edit it and all that. It's just crazy. And I'm just burning candles at both ends. Now that I'm location independent, I'm aiming and gearing up. So, like, because I'm leaving in 2 weeks for Portugal and Spain and I'm starting to do my stuff again. The whole time, 18 months ago when I started this journey, I wanted to do my location independent business, how to become location independent, target people probably 50 plus, just show another way of life and how to cut corners and, like, I don't pay for accommodation, things like that, right? So I was always going to build up my course. I have a UGC with Kiki Momo TikTok. I've got Create with Kiki TikTok, and I've got my travel TikTok, which is Bold and Borderless. That's my website. So I've just created my website, my logo, and that for Bold and Borderless. I've got these 3 TikToks. I got it all on Instagram. Haven't even bothered to post on Instagram. I can't even find the time to do both because the mindset is different. And then I read something saying that SEO, Instagram's dead. Don't go to Instagram. SEO is Pinterest, TikTok, and websites. Concentrate on that for driving your traffic. I've been reading all this sort of stuff. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just leave the Instagram alone. So my issue is I just want to go full tilt with the travel stuff and show people how I'm making money to supplement my travel. So what I want to do is focus on Bold and Borderless. That's my podcast. I've recorded a couple episodes. I haven't uploaded that yet. My website's almost finished. I've built it all myself. I'm in the middle of building another website for one of my clients, so I am really burnt out with WordPress. I just got all the stuff, ADHD, right? But I'm not medicated. So I'm trying to, like, laser focus, and I think the problem is I've just got too many tabs open and I just need to close them all into one tab. So on my website, what I want to do is have a section on. So like I have so much travel video from my 55 countries. I got old stuff I can make new stuff out of as well.
Mm.
I just have to get that time to do it. And I think that top of funnel stuff for me is going to be like drawing in, hey, I'm 50 and look at me. So this week I'm in Portugal, blah, 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 blah. But then I want to funnel them down into, I want to know how to do that. So I have my free course. It's like a teaser course for location independence. And then it's my paid course. And I'm filming that this weekend, finally. So the thing is, yeah, so my bold and borderless, I've just repurposed. Remember when we had TikTok and then we were almost losing our TikToks and we created a second TikTok just in case we lose the first one? So I had the second one for Create with Kiki, and I just renamed it. So I've got about like almost 1,000 followers on that, and I have nothing's on it. So, but then I don't want to lose my Create with Kiki, which is almost up to $3,000. Like I don't know what to do with this shit. I don't know how to focus on that, and how to. Do I just completely go all in on bold and borderless? And then do my course and everything, and then teach people how, and the UGC part, I'm moving into travel UGC. So that all goes in hand.
Yeah.
Right. So then I can have my course on how to do travel UGC once I get that on, under my belt. I'm doing the product UGC now just to know how to do it and work and how to deal with brands and all that sort of stuff. So then I can move into the travel stuff. And then that's what I'm trying to do. So, and then after that, I want to do a retreat. Like once a year, I want to get like-minded women to meet me in one part of the world. And then I can, in that retreat, teach them how to do UGC, teach them parts of my course live and things like that. So I got this whole big thing planned, and I've had it for 18 months. It's just that because I've been so, like, I work in corporate and my VA business and everything, I'm just completely burnt out. And I don't want to trade my time for money. And UGC is time for money. VA work is time for money. I'm a VA, but I'll never teach VA. I won't do it. Because I want to get away from it. I've been doing it so long that I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I want passive income. I want to help people live their best life, even if it's at the twilight years, just like-minded people and create a community. And that's what I'm trying to do. So my question is, what do I do with all these TikToks and Instagrams and all that sort of stuff? Do you think I'm on the right path? Just focus completely on my bold and borderless now and do the location independent stuff, because that is always what I've wanted to do. The digital marketing and all that sort of stuff, that's just been on the way to getting there.
Yeah. It's just like all the learning stuff that you do along the way. Like I had a UGC account, and then I had my affiliate marketing account that kind of morphed into personal brand. I've got the ADHD one. So you really have to, I mean, if you just got a few thousand followers on each one, I guess you got to pick one, whichever one maybe seems like it might have the best target audience on there. Have a look at the analytics. Are they showing like women over 50, or is it men in their 20s? Like, I'd probably ditch the one that doesn't have much engagement or wouldn't really have your target audience. I know it's a little bit hard to tell. But yeah, I think focusing on that and one TikTok account and going hard on it. And then eventually, like we're doing, is maybe just running a TikTok ad that's funneling people into your free course that then goes on to your paid course. We can talk about that in the future when you want to go and run an ad, because that's like, I love it because you can just see leads coming in and you're not creating content all the time, trying to sell in your content all the time. So you can get to that part. But I think if you just pick one, like what account do you feel most drawn to, or you feel like creating on? Or is it much of a
well, it's much of the UGC with Kiki Momo is probably my third like the bottom one. The Create with Kiki, the problem with that one is it's all my friends on there, like all my friends I've met online, and we're all in the same thing. We're all doing, like, following the shiny ball, like we're doing the digital marketing, affiliate marketing, UGC, like we're all doing the same. So I don't feel like my audience is there. I feel like with Bold and Borderless, even though I don't know who my audience is there, because I haven't used it. I haven't put anything on it. So I think I think I'm going to go on that one and just just follow everybody in travel and location independence and all that. There's a big gap. I did some analytics in TikTok for my age group doing location independent stuff, because normally my age group is in Facebook and Instagram, right? But that doesn't mean I can't be the pioneer in TikTok for this location independence. So that doesn't scare me that my people aren't there, because I'm going to find my people. I'm going to come up with ways to do it. But yeah, I think I should just focus on the bold and borderless, just move over to that, close down the other ones after, focus on that and just go straight in, because that's the whole point. That's the reason why now I finished my corporate job to go all in on me. I'm betting on me now.
You've had that focus since we met you. Like, you've always said that location dependent. That's what you've always wanted. Yeah. And so now it's like just leaning into it and just having that focus of what you want out of it. Like, same question we asked Belle, like, what's that ultimate goal? And if you know, it's quite clear. And so go in on that. And then I'd probably just say one problem us as spicy-minded entrepreneurs have is we can see the big vision. Like, we can see where this is going. I can, you can draw a picture of where this is going. But right now you're here. And so you do need to build the blocks to get there. And so you know what that's going to be, and that's awesome. But right now it's like, okay, how do I just push the ball so it starts rolling and collecting and moving? Because if, and I'm probably the worst for it. You kind of go, well, I can see that's going to happen. So why can't we just jump there now? But then you're going to leave all these people behind. So starting in that account is awesome. It's just that clear focus. Okay, meet them where they're at. Where are they at? What are they thinking? Like, and just building that block, talking to them where they're at, like really just nurturing content. And then you'll get there if you just focus and kind of go all in with that end goal in mind, but knowing it's going to take a few stepping stones to get there and be okay with those stepping stones.
And doing that sort of content too. Like, I've noticed it's kind of cringe, but every time on my ADHD account, if I don't call out, I have ADHD or do you have ADHD, it kind of flops. Like a bit like Kristen's, are you a woman over 40? Welcome to this side of TikTok.
Oh, I hate saying it now, but I'm like, every time I say it, people are like, yes, I am. And they're, I'm 62. Can I join? It's like, fucking, of course you can.
So they get to it. So maybe, you could find a really strong hook and just keep it throughout a lot of your content. Are you over 50? And, just really call them out, because then that's going to attract that perfect audience that you want to nurture in your other content.
And the other thing is, sorry, Mia, again with TikTok, looking at those analytics, like I know with Mia's, I've seen on hers, I know now with mine, when I call it out and say it and it's in the hashtags and it's in the captions and it's in the wording, it will say TikTok over 40s, women, TikTok over 40s, like all, like my last probably 10 have the search that's woman, TikTok over 40 or whatever. So if you start, like Mia said, find some SEO, do some TikTok research, like deep dive in the analytics side of things. What are people searching? Find that SEO and use it until you kind of don't want to create content about it anymore, which is me. Like every time I'm like, I don't want to say it, but I'm like, I'm going to say it because if I keep growing, I'm here for it.
Because new people fall on your content all the time. It's not like you're talking to the same people. So you got to call them out every single video. So if you can get that over 50 audience.
Yeah, see, that's where I struggle, because then because the people pleaser in me comes out and like, oh my God, that person is going to say, hey, she said that 20 times in the last 20 videos. Like, I can't keep watching this person. Do you know what I mean? And I get,
well, then they'll leave. If they're not for you, they're going to leave. And we have to be okay with that, because the people that stay are the people that need us and that they want us. The people that leave, cool, let them go, let them be free. They're not your person. They're never going to buy from you. So why would you spend your time creating content for them?
Or you'll funnel them into a free Facebook group so you can catch them in this community who are really interested and nurture them in there as well.
Yeah, I think there's so many women out there that are interested in what I'm doing and what I'm teaching. Like, even when I said I'm location independent, I got my first house sit, everybody's like, how do you get in the house sit? Teach me how to get in the house sit. So I already know it's there, because I got so many great tips on how to travel with minimum money in great places. I think I know what I need to do. I always know what I need to do, but I always got to hear someone else to have that imposter syndrome thing, right? So,
well, then, Kiki, you need to go all in on your one account, and you need to speak to women over 50 that want to be location independent. Hang on.
Yeah.
and just go for it. Yeah. And it's right. Like I do the same. Like we know what we're supposed to do, and we kind of like wander off here and there until someone goes, what do you mean? What are you doing? This is what's working. This is where people are telling you that they want to go. So just
and I feel like the UGC thing is just a stepping stone. It's just like to get some more money, and do you know what I mean? It's time for money. I don't want to do that. The whole point is I want to do the passive income. Like I said, the ultimate, just to end it, the ultimate goal is that I want to be a speaker on the speaker circuit for travelers. So I want to be on the digital nomad circuit talking about, hey, I'm 55 and I've been to 57 countries and this is what I learned. And if you're new in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, doesn't matter. Here's my tips. That's what I want to do in the end.
Yep. Manifest that shit.
Manifesting the shit out of it. And I did that chat GPT thing, a day in my perfect life, and how do I get there in 1 year and make $25 million?
Yeah. Love it.
Anyway, yeah. So thanks. Yeah, I just need to shit and get off the pot.
Yeah. No, it's good that you've got that focus and it's stayed with you this whole time. It's clear that that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And now it's just getting awareness, getting the content out there and getting awareness around your personal brand and going for it.
Yep. Thanks, Lisa.
And you'll attract travel brands and stuff too. If you're talking about it, you've got an Airbnb UGC gig or something, like it'll come.
And I'm walking the Camino de Santiago on May 1st, and I'm writing a book about it. So there's my other thing.
Wow. Awesome.
Even with a numb leg. So
yeah. How is that going?
Yeah. Good. I'm getting better. It's gonna take a while, but it's all right. It's all good.
Yeah. That's good. Love it. Well, I'm going to follow it anyway. No, this is good for everyone to hear too, because, we all think the same things and go off on the same tangents. But, if you can just find that focus and just keep it simple and just attract that ideal customer, then, it starts to work. So awesome. Excited for you.
Thank you.
Definitely, touch base in a couple of weeks and see how you're going with the content. And just, think about those hooks at everything I've noticed, and asking people to engage in the comments. Really, really helps.
Well, I hope you found that as interesting as we did, and the rest of the community certainly did. It was really obvious chatting to Bell and Kiki that sometimes we get so overwhelmed thinking so much about what we should do instead of just taking the action. So I hope today's podcast helped you think, okay, I just need to start taking action. And one thing that Mia and I have learned is success leaves clues. So if there is something that is working on your business, something that is successful, something that is getting comments, getting likes, getting shares, getting questions, like Belle said, she is getting stopped constantly on her travels asking, well, how do you even start to be a VA? That is success leaving clues. So if you have any questions, obviously you want to jump into our DMs, please subscribe to this channel. We absolutely love doing the podcast. We love sharing it with you, and we cannot wait to bring you both Helen, Kelly, and a little sneaky Tara for next week. So anyway, bye.
Podcast. Have a great week. Absolutely. There's so many good ones too.